Okay, you know, the camera angle through the window looks like the clouds are like blue sky, but that's really gray. It was a lovely gray, rainy, windy day for Memorial Day in Western Oregon, and that's kind of like pre-catastrophic climate change, what the weather was in May a lot of the time. So anyway, I'm going to pause briefly and recenter the camera and start off the Flosstube. All right, this is Robin the General Stitcher, and oh great, now my throat has a tickle. Hold on. It's like 1 minute. Now just hopefully Max doesn't come jump up on the table behind the camera and knock my glass over. He's sacked out over on the couch. We had a lot of brushing and petting today, and he is happy when I'm sitting. I actually have been sitting in my recliner and stitching, which has been nice on my back and neck, and so he's really happy when I'm like stitching in the living room. So let's see. So let's see. Happy Memorial Day, and I have my May finish. It is, of course, not fully finished, and I have a little bit more back stitching to do, but for the most part, it's fully cross stitched, and the back stitching is about half done. So grab the pattern, and if you heard a little bit of noise in the background, the spouse is fixing something that we're going to eat with dinner, and I've already set up the kitchen for what I need to cook for a potluck that I'm going to tomorrow night. And so anyway, this is Hands-On Design. That's upside down. This is Liberty Pennies, and I've fully cross-stitched it. The back stitching is half done. So this is one of those April showers bring May flowers. It's a patriotic piece, and sorry, I feel like the camera is really shining on that fabric, so you can't, if I hold really still, you can see some of the stitches. But anyway, yeah, maybe the camera is, it seems like it's bright. Anyway, so this is my small for the Smalls Exchange for Pinwhits, and so there's a lot of back stitching in this, and I have back stitched one of the big flowers. This big flower is not yet back stitched. These flowers up here are not back stitched. The hanging flowers, which are these fuchsia-like things, they've been back stitched. The flagpole, which is, let's see, it's a really thin stitch. It's right in here. It's hard to see. That's been back stitched, and then there's little flowers at the bottom. They haven't been back stitched yet, but I wanted to get this out because I just don't have time. It's almost at the end of the month, and I haven't. This is my second Flosstube for May, so I just want to make sure it gets out there. And so all right, I'm reaching. I've only worked on one other piece this month, and and it's a little further away. 1 second. Bleeding. So my HEPA filter in my house has kind of been needed some maintenance, so I've got a little bit more allergies than I normally do at this time of year. So this is the piece I've been working on because it is a Christmas present and it needs to get done. That's Stacy Nash's Animal Crackers, Henny Penny. And my friend Julia, she's now stitched 25 of these animal crackers, and she has at least half of those are the big ones on the 8-count Ada like me. Or I should say I'm doing it like her, because she gave me the inspiration to do it. And so this is Henny Penny. She's got her feet, and the stitching, it's almost the same color. It's like a white mixed with gray to make the feathers. And because I wasn't sure how much of the Ada the Ada between the legs is going to be seen. And so anyway, I am right up to this edge of the feathers, and that's where the pinafore, the apron that she's wearing, starts. So that'll be really nice to get the apron stitched, because that's just a good color block. And but like I say, I need to get this done because I'm gonna mostly finish it myself, but I'm gonna need some help, and I'm gonna need probably to borrow some friend's sewing machine, or maybe have people stitch a few things for me. But I don't quite know how much of that until I get the piece fully stitched, and then I'll know how to cut it and the decisions I'll make in terms of cutting it, because the Henny Penny is done on a piece of linen, and you can see the linens there, and yeah, and you can see the apron strings above her back there. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to do that. And I was actually thinking that I would just make it, except for the space between the feet, I was gonna just maybe take out the apron strings, or maybe I'll make that into a bow, and then I'll cut it a little differently, because I just wanted to make it more of a stuffed animal, not exactly the way it's finished here. So anyway, so yeah, so I need to get that done. And my goal for this year, which kind of was a goal for last year, was let's get a finish done per month. And so that's my 5th finish, and the bird pennies is my 5th finish, and I don't think I can get Henny Penny finished this coming month. I can't show you, but I signed up, and I believe I said this in my last Flosstube. I signed up for Ocean View, which is a project with Lucy Beam and Heartstring Samplery, and that does not require pre-stitching. And then I signed up for a class with Kathy Haberman, Hands-On Design, and that is 30 Acorns is the name of the design, and it is, we're making a little box, and there is parts that need to be pre-stitched before the class, and one of the pre-stitching is on perforated paper, and so I did get my kit with that and all the supplies to start doing my pre-stitching. So that class, the first class, Ocean View, is in June. No pre-stitching, good. And then this one, the 30 Acorns, does require the pre-stitching. Not the entire piece. The entire piece does not need to be stitched. There's actually 3 stitching parts, and one of them or 2 of them need to be done before. I know the smallest one of them needs to be done before. I haven't even like opened the kit and read the instructions yet. So, but this is what someone who is she got her kit, I think on Tuesday or Wednesday of this last week, and I knew I was coming in Saturday. So I called them up, and as soon as they said, the kits are ready, let us know whether you're going to come pick them up or we need to mail them. And so I immediately called and said, I'll be there Saturday. And so anyway, so I'm going to do some serious stitching on that class. That is not something I'm comfortable showing because it's an exclusive for the class, and I do not know when it will be released for the public. But anyway, so those are some things coming up. And then now that I'm done with my small for the month, I need to think about what's my small for next month. And I have a couple things that I can get done pretty quickly. Actually, 2 Christmas pieces I could do pretty fast. One of them, actually I have 3 Christmas pieces I could do pretty fast. Because the 2 that I could get done the fastest are not gifts. But the 3rd one is a gift. Yeah, I haven't even thought about working on that one. I should probably work on that one so then I can get it done, because that's one that I thought that if I could pay somebody to do the ornament, or they could show me and we could do it in an afternoon or something, then that would be okay. I've got actually a list, and I don't think I've got it in front of me, but I've been going through my little to-do lists, and I had a to-do list that, I think I wrote it on, I printed out my spreadsheet and I wrote FFOs next to, that's it. I have like a list of finishes, and so the finishes that I'm anticipating for this year, I've wrote FFO, by self, self FFO, saying to myself, okay, this is one you're going to finish yourself. These are some you're going to pay to get done. And this particular one, I'm going to be finishing it myself. I have some friends that have told me some of the things to do and supplies to get. And it's got cording around it. I know I have at least one friend that has a little gadget that cords flosses, and I was looking at the cording here, and thought, I think I'd want a different cording than what's finished here, and I think I know which one I want. So I'm going to have to figure out how much will I need. I know how big this piece is, Liberty Pennies is. So I've got a lot of fully finishing to get done this summer, and also trying to figure out, what things can I give to get fully finished, and how long will that take? Because some of the things I'm doing are gifts, and if I want to give them, say, for Christmas, if I get them done, then I don't have very much time for fully finishing. And since Pinwis is Labor Day, which is about 2 weeks earlier than usual for Pinwis, I need to get cracking on the fully finishing. Fortunately, I think I know some of the things to get right off the bat without asking for help, and then I go to my friend, a friend or several friends, and go, hey, I've got all this stuff, what do I need to do next? And also, of course, there's YouTube videos, and I need to do that research to do the fully finishing. So the next part of this short YouTube video will be the stuff I bought. I wasn't anticipating buying anything. There's my kit for the class, which I'm not showing. But I did have something that I was waiting, and this was a little box. This is a box for the Jeanette Douglas patriotic box that she did for Nashville this year, and it's also a 250 sesquicentennial, I think that's what they call it, of America. So she made some patriotic things, as a lot of designers did. And sorry if you're hearing the plastic, it's kind of clicking and crackling. So, and also I had this box. I think it was this box. No, I had a quarter gauge. And the thing is they're laser cut, so they're sort of smoked on the edges. And of course, if Max smells that, he's like, oh, barbecue. He likes that. So, anyway, I didn't really have much at the shop to pick up. I just wanted to get a few more needles because I need to put some more needles in my little needle holder that's in my Notions purse. And because we got these classes coming up, and so I just want to make sure I have like needles I like. And then trying to see what else I got. Oh, that's all my gift cards and stuff, or not gift cards, my Acorns and Threads coupon book. And then I also had won $10 of store cash, which I'm waiting to spend at another time. So Raymond, who is the stitcher for Ghost Boy, he was vacationing in Oregon and asked if he could come to Acorns and Threads. Unfortunately, it was on a Thursday for their embroidery stitching group that he was going to stop by, so I didn't get to meet him. But this is one of his designs, and yet I rise. And so I have been thinking that I'd like to do a cross-stitch craftivism probably sometime this summer, and I'm not sure where I'm going to do it, but this is a nice pattern. I've got a few more that are larger than this one. This is actually, you see, it's 72 by 64. So this, and I might buy some more of these if I'm going to do a craftivism and have some stuff for people to, that they, if they need, I could get a few more of these and kit them up. So anyway, that's kind of still nebulous, but I was kind of thinking, well, take advantage of summer weather and find a place outside to do it. But I haven't done that. We do craftivisms. There is a knit off craftivism in Portland that is the third Saturday of every month. And I've been invited to it, but it's the third Saturday of the month is usually a month I'm like triple or quadruple booked. And so I haven't done that yet. But I appreciate the invitation from friends. And anyway, and so hi Karen, if you're watching. This is a friend of mine from grad school that she lives outside the country, and she calls me a few times a year. We catch up, and she called me today, so I'm going to send her the link to my Flosstubes so she can, see me and hear some stuff, and so let's see. I think that is it. So good weekend of stitching. It was kind of funny because normally I'm kind of glued to YouTube and up on what's going on, and this weekend I was like, nope, I'm going to my Saturday, I'm going to the shop, I'm going to the Saturday protest, I'm doing laundry, and now I am waiting for something to heat up and then making stuff for a potluck. Our neighborhood, our street is a loop, and so the street has a potluck every several months. It's used to be monthly, but they started having not many people going to it, so they decided to do it more like quarterly. So the potluck is picnic items, so like egg salad and tuna fish salad, sandwiches, picnic things. So I thought, I'm trying to think of, I thought there was like a third kind of sandwich. So I think they're bringing bread, and I was going to make, I was thinking about making egg salad. I'll probably make an egg salad sandwich for myself. And then I was going to make a bunch of deviled eggs and have some olives and pickles, like chilled, just sort of snacky kind of things. And I have a pound or two of baby carrots in the fridge. So yeah, so I got some things I can kind of throw together. Won't take too much time tonight. And then because the potluck's like tomorrow at 5, so I think I'll need to get off work just a teeny bit early, which will be fine because I'm going to be super busy tomorrow. So I can make up the time later this week. So anyway, that's it. Gosh, 21 minutes right now. And I am going to try my best to not spend so much on cross stitch for the next, starting now, because we had a roof inspection and our roof needs to be replaced. So it's going to be a ton of money that I was thinking I was going to spend like 7 years from now. I thought our roof would last longer, but no. So we need to probably get a second opinion on the roof, and this company that did the inspection, they have a lot of good features to recommend them, but I've never I had some minor roofing stuff done, but really minor. When we moved in, and the inspection did not show that there was a problem with anything with the roof. And I talked to the inspector and said, is this something that can show up like within 3.5 years, like fast? He goes, oh yeah. So we'll see, but it needs to get done. And that's the sort of the big thing, like you're not expecting to have happen in your life, and then they're like, oh yeah, here, this is you need this roof, and I'm like, how much down payment can you do? So I'm gonna be, we have good income at the moment, but I'm gonna retire in 7 years, 2 months, and 7 days, literally. And so I'm trying to think of how can I pare things down and pay for this massive roof, because I want to get a 50-year roof. So then when it finally gives up, I'll be 113 years old. I probably won't live that long. It'd be nice to live to the tricentennial. That's something I'd like to do, but I don't think it's realistic. But I do probably plan on living another 40 years. That's actually realistic given my family. So I want that roof to last until after I'm dead and closer to when my spouse will pass. This is the kind of calculation I'm making. I hope I'm not too gruesome. Oh, the other thing about this, the piece today, the finish that I meant to say earlier, is this particular cross-stitch piece. To get back to the cross-stitch, this particular piece, my spouse has watched me stitch on it, and every time he wants to look at it, he loves this piece. It is like one of the most favorite things that I've done And I told him, I said, well, I am going to stitch it for myself, not next year, maybe in a couple years, but you know, it was really fun to stitch, and so it is spouse approved. So anyway, I will see you in a couple weeks, and you know, hang in there. We are all doing what we can. So, and sorry, no cats today. Anna the Stitch Roadie said, "Are you paying them?" They sure get a lot of airtime. Something like that when I saw her in the store the other day. So they get really good food, and I am going to buy some toys for them on Chewy, because we moved the couch and there were a bunch of their toys that had been lost underneath the couch. And one of the little mousies that came out from the couch, Willow, has been going crazy. It's obviously her favorite mousie, and I didn't know she had a favorite. So gotta get some cat toys. So yeah, they get paid in love and food and toys. So all right, see you in 2 weeks.